Hey, eavesdroppers, welcome back to another Pop Culture Tarot reading. I hope you all are feeling like $1,000,000. On today's episode, we are looking into the newest shakeup with the Love and Marriage Huntsville franchise. Arionne Curry, Martell Holt's mistress, side chick baby mama, is joining the cast for the upcoming season, which will be on September the 12th. That's the debut of the new season. I believe it's season 12. If I'm not mistaken. Okay, so let's get into this reading. Everything I say in this reading is alleged and for entertainment purposes only. I have no proof, so take it with a grain of salt. All right, so I want to get into Arionne's mind. We're going to be looking at the cast members. We're going to be looking at why they're trying to create some kind of issue between she and Destiny. Carlos's energy. We're going to look at how Melody feels about this. We're just going to take a look at some things here. So let me just get a little bit of some starting energy, starting with why was this decision made? Why was this decision made? Okay, so it has something to do with the low views. It has something to do with the show falling flat here. It says the show has become inactive. It's in resting mode. Okay. And then we have myopic, short-sighted, narrow-minded, small-minded, unimaginative, lacking foresight, and unable to see long-term consequences. So this may end up backfiring. I did see the card of backfiring, and we also have materialism here. So this is just a money grab. This is a money-making mechanism. Carlos believes that this will bring more viewership, the controversy, the salaciousness. This is why he's doing it. But this may end up blowing up in his face. This could even be the death of the show. Show me Carlos's energy behind this. Okay, he's showing up as the protagonist, the main character, the leading person, the hero, the star, playing the principal role, the champion or the advocate, a person who publicly supports a plan or action. So this was obviously greenlit by him. This was his idea. And we have unlawful, illegal, illicit, prohibited, and forbidden. This is unauthorized, criminal, felonious, outlawed, banned, and unlicensed. So ultimately, this is something he spearheaded or something that he went along with because he has the power to do that. It's his show. It's his creation. It's his brainchild. However, this is breaking the rules here. And I feel like this is more spiritual than it is anything else. Obviously, it's not against the law to bring her onto the show. I feel like unlawful is about spiritual laws. Yeah, this is going to backfire. Give me two more for Carlos's energy. We have permission again. So he granted permission. And we have declaration. This is an announcement, an explicit statement or proclamation. So he's trying to make a statement. Wow. Okay, we have recorded and outsourcing in the Matrix. What else? We have repeat. So he wanted to do something here to break up the monotony of the show. It says he wanted to contract out and assign tasks to an outside party. So he wanted new energy on the show and something that would bring controversy. So he's trying to attract an audience that likes this sort of thing, but doesn't realize he's going to alienate the audience that, this is the house that Melody and Martell built, whether we like it or not. I will not sit here and pretend to be a big Melody Cherie fan. I'm not. But I don't feel she deserves this level of disrespect, nor the disrespect she encounter while on the show. According to her, if she was actually being, accosted and assaulted and no one did anything about it, that's a problem. I'm an advocate for women. Okay, so I don't support this kind of thing here. Now let's look at Arionne's energy. What's going on with Arionne? Why did she agree to this? Because of the benefits, the advantages, the perks, the profits, the blessings, the gains, the assets value, a bonus. Maybe she got some kind of incentive, allowance, aid, assistance, and a godsend and rest. She may not want to work anymore. She may see this as some kind of money grab for herself. Okay. So it does feel like she's been wanting this for a while. This feels like the ultimate destiny swap with Melody. It almost gives me the same dynamic between Remy Ma, Papoose, and Clarissa Shields. We have the side chick or the woman on the side has an issue with the wife or the ex-wife because they know they'll never be that. Okay, let's see more. What's going on with Arionne's energy? It says it's baseless. And we have blood. Okay. And we have the underdog. So she feel like people counting her out. This is her thumbing her nose at her naysayers, at all the people who said that she was coleslaw, disparaging her. So she said that it wasn't justified the way people treated her. But she really doesn't have a rhyme or reason for this. This is kind of petty. Give me two more. Okay, we have transparency. She wants to tell her side of the story, and we have divine timing. She feels like it's time. So this is, it's saying it's divine timing, which obviously divine timing means that the universe is in support of it. I don't think it is, but I believe that she believes that. She wants to tell her story. She wants people to see her for who she truly is, to change the narrative and the opinion about what people think about her. Okay. Show me Martell's energy. Did he want to do this or did he feel like he had to? I noticed he wasn't in a lot of scenes last season. Okay, so he said the higher ups made him do this and they are re-strategizing. It says they are replanning, reworking, reformulating, redevising, restructuring, or readjusting. And this is the higher ups. So the people in authority. So he felt like he had to do this. He didn't want to. Okay, he said there's an agenda, a program, a plan, a motive, intention, objective, and scheme. Okay. And we have paranoia. So he was very paranoid about this. He was suspicious, distrustful, mistrustful. He had apprehension. He thought about people persecuting him, feeling targeted by others. Wow. So he didn't want this. Show me how the cast feels collectively. Let's look at the women first. Kimmy. We'll do Kimmy and Tisha just because they were characters on the show. Actually, Trisha was as well. So let's see. The main people that were on the show when Melody were on the show, how do they feel about this edition collectively? They said it's a timeline, a series of events or occurrences, schedule, a timetable, chronological history, a roadmap, plan, and agenda. Okay, so they feel like it's an agenda. And we have incoming, so they know she's coming in. They feel like she's up next. She was appointed to be up next. And we have primitive. They feel like she's naive. They feel like this is unsophisticated, undeveloped, and crude. Wow. They feel like she's uncivilized or this situation, this decision is uncivilized. Wow. And we have evolution, but they understand that this is change and, what they feel like is transformation and growth for the show. And it's also survival of the fittest, natural selection. Okay, so they feel like the show is kind of on its last leg. You lost your star, the star of your show when Melody left the show. I mean, let's be honest, it's her show. It was her idea. And it's kind of strange when you build a house and someone ends up taking ownership over it and takes it right from under you. That's what it feels like has happened here. How do the men feel about this? Okay, we have ineffective, dysfunctional, futile, useless, unproductive, inefficient, unsuccessful, counterproductive. It says an incompetent person or group, ineptitude, impotent, or weak. They don't support it either. We have betray. They feel betrayed. They feel like this is a betrayal maybe to Mel. This is a double cross, deception, backstabbing energy. They're also worried about her disclosing something. We have sellout and also being unfaithful. So maybe they're afraid that she's going to come in and tell their secrets. And we have sent. Something has been transmitted, dispatched, transferred, delivered, transported, shipped, passed on, or given. And we have offer rejected, denied. So it looks like they were not in alignment with this. We have a turning point, so they know that the change is going to affect the show. And we have bondage, but they feel restricted. They feel restrained, subjugated. They feel like they can't do anything about it. Yeah, they tried to do some things to stop it, but they couldn't. We have diffuse here. And this is somebody trying to physically stop something from happening. Yeah, they didn't like this idea of her coming on to the show. Wow. So what is Arionne bringing to the show? Let's get some other cards out. What is she bringing to the show? What value will she add? Okay, we have a Mitch, the Five of Swords. She's bringing pettiness. She's bringing a dark sense of humor, the Knight of Pentacles. It says she's able to make light of dark moments. She's stoic. She has dry wit. She loves film noir or dark comedy. This is also a crude joke, so more crude energy. It says she doesn't take things too seriously. Borders on inappropriate, also sexual puns and insulting. So the Five of Swords is fighting words, is antagonism. So she came here to antagonize, and this is by virtue of a Mitch, which is a male bitch, a man who acts petty, whiny, or malicious, a drama king, which will obviously be Martell. Okay. What is she bringing to the show? Something lackluster. It says she's unimaginative, humdrum, dull and boring, uninspiring and lacking excitement and motivation. The fans may not like her. She's not bringing anything to the show. And we have an overture. She's bringing formal or informal proposal or offer, a prelude, take an initiative, introduction, invitation to a new relationship. Okay. Okay, so we have Leo energy here. Leo Saturn. The Five of Wands. Okay, so there's something in the near future. This is a big no. This card is about confidence and being extroverted and being a self-lover. So she loves herself and an attention seeker. She's outspoken. She's patient, loyal, loving, caring. She likes conflict and drama, competition, jealousy. And this is also about diversity. So again, they're just trying to diversify the cast, but she's also coming in self-defensive. This talks about outside influences and external forces. So she's infiltrating her man's ex-wife's space. This is a destiny swap. Wow. Okay, what is her issue with Destiny? Why are they trying to spin a narrative that Destiny and Martell has some kind of romantic interest? We're going to look and see if they have dealt with each other. But what is going on here? With the storyline being her and Destiny beefing with each other. We have the main event. Okay, so this is going to be the main focus of the show. This is about focusing on the big picture, the Four of Wands, the Three of Cups, Mercury in Cancer, Venus in Aries. It says this is going to be a significant moment, and it is the focal point, the top priority. This is about attending or planning a special occasion, the big day, a monumental celebration. This is also a rites of passage, though. The Four of Wands talks about a graduation. All eyes are on you and the highlight. So they're fighting for the spotlight because Destiny did, in fact, carry the last season. I believe season 11. Okay, show me more. Okay, we have prayer warriors. This is Taurus energy. I know Destiny is a Taurus. I don't know what Arionne is. Okay, so it looks like at some point they were actually cool with each other. Maybe the season starts off with them kind of supporting and being welcoming of each other. The Four of Wands and the Three of Cups and the Hierophant are all supportive energy. It says your soul tribe, your moral support team, spiritual guru, church family, faith-based friendships and relationships, religious institutions, and members. Show me more. Okay, we have hurry up and wait. The Hangman, Pisces energy. I did read that Arionne may be a Pisces or a Sagittarius. I don't know which one she is, if she's either. So this is talking about rushing to a standstill, stuck in limbo, fighting a pause. So again, this is to bring excitement, fanfare, drama. That's what it's meant to bring, to get them out of this stagnant energy. And then we have feeling good. Okay. And it says we're going to be force-fed. So this is some kind of indoctrination. It talks about drinking the Kool-Aid. They accepted these stipulations under duress. It's shoved down their throats, and they were coerced. Taurus energy again. So Destiny, yes, says, wow. The next card says a manufactured storyline. Listen to that. False narrative, publicity stunt, bold-faced lies, fabrication, propaganda, the spin doctor method, and damage control. Okay, so that answers the question right there. So it's the powers that be. The Hierophant represents Hollywood, the powers that be. So basically, those with power have told them that they had to do this. I have a feeling Destiny will break the fourth wall. This may end up with her leaving because I don't think she's going to like this. But let's see what else. Has Destiny ever been romantically involved with, interested in, connected to Martell Holt? What is the true nature of Destiny's relationship, Destiny Payton and Martell Holt? We have a financial blessing. Okay, so we have here a helping hand and a support system. This feels like it's platonic. It's about making money, generosity. We have the Six of Pentacles. That is, I feel like that's a balanced friendship. I don't see anything romantic so far. We have a big baby, the Page of Cups reversed. So Destiny has been his support system as he has gone through these developments in his life. Okay. He suffers from arrested development, saying that he has abandonment wounds, addictions, allegedly, unregulated emotions, unevolved trouble. This feels like both of them share something from childhood. We know that Destiny came up um with a mother who struggled with addiction. She spent time in foster care or something like that. And so their wounded children are the connection. That's the basis of their friendship. There's nothing emotional here so far. Let's see. Okay, so we have the 7-year itch. Okay, wait. Okay, so this is about temptation, infidelity. Wow. Wandering eyes and stepping out 7 years into a marriage? Show me more. Okay, we have to be honest. We have coming clean. The 7 of Swords reverse. I feel like this is telling us that they actually have been honest. If not, there's going to be something that may come out because we have a confession, a crisis of conscious integrity, demanding the truth, turning over a new lease on life. Okay, give me one more. We have the two-headed monster. It says they are a united front, a dynamic duo, and a buddy system. Okay, so it says they have a balance of conscious and subconscious minds. They are double threat and strength in numbers. I don't feel like there's anything romantic between these two. Yeah, the bottom of the deck says falsely accused. They have never been romantically linked. They just have a friendship that may border on maybe a little inappropriate due to the nature of her being friends with his ex-wife. And obviously him being in a relationship now. She sees him as a brother. Show me how Destiny sees Martel. How does Destiny see Martel? The Page of Swords, she sees him as a friend. She sees him as someone that she gives a lot of advice to. She likes to sit around and talk to him. Yeah. Show me more. There's no emotions here. Okay, we have the egg on their face. Okay, so jokes on them. Conscience kicking in again. Okay, so this is the 7 of Swords, embarrassment, ashamed, eating crow, and loud and wrong. Okay, Destiny actually does feel like he has been the center of a lot of gossip around her name, and she doesn't like that. But she's also saying, y'all don't have anything on me. I'm going to make a fool out of everybody that believes that I've messed with this man. I have not. She doesn't have an interest in him, but now he's a man, and Destiny is a beautiful woman. So let's see how Martel feels. How does Martel feel? Tag team. He sees her as someone that is on his side, a teammate. She's a flying monkey for him in his narcissistic game. So he absolutely used her to get under Melody's skin. Okay. But he also feels like when the other cast members team up on him, she's the only one in his corner. I don't see anything romantic. Give me more. Okay. We have Doctor. It says health-related, healing, fixing, patching things up, support, treatment, and advice. Yeah, that's all this is. They have a platonic friendship. Don't listen to anyone that tells you anything different. There's nothing here. Nothing. Now, I will say that maybe on some level, a very small level, and probably more so on Martel's than Destiny, there may have been like a slight, oh, she's pretty or she's attractive. And I think that's where it ends. I don't see anything else. Let's look at Melody's energy. How does Melody feel about these new developments? With Arionne joining the cast. She said they're matchmaking, they're coupling. This talks about being introduced through mutual friends or family, a professional matchmaker, or online dating. And then we have brain fog. She says she's confused, she has lack of clarity, she feels torn. She's in denial, she has clouded judgment, and she's in two minds with mixed feelings. That's the 2 of Swords. And she feels like a doormat, or she feels like Arionne is a doormat. She's naive, gullible, a pushover, self-sacrificing, overgiving, and weak boundaries. Melody feels betrayed. She's thrown off by this. Give me more. Okay, we have a career opportunity. She's saying that this is just a new employment opportunity, a level up, a new stream of income and financial stability for Arionne. She said this is going to be teaching her a lesson. Consequences, being stubborn, holding a grudge, making them pay, revenge, and being held accountable. So she's saying she's doing this to get under my skin. And we have the tie that binds, the unifying force, commonality, shared bond, soul tie, and contract. Melody wants herself energetically detached from this. She doesn't like it. She wants to be detached from this. And then we have self-actualizing, the Fool in the World card. It says she's reaching her fullest potential. She has self-appreciation. She's being realistic. Her approach is realistic. She's independent. She's valuing her privacy, her autonomy, and her authenticity and creativity. She said, I'm done with that cycle. I have moved on. And she's saying that they will get payback. Restitution is here. Melody prays a lot. She prays a lot. I will tell you, I've never really been a fan of Melody's, but since I've seen a lot of the shenanigans since the show has been without her, I actually have learned to have a more of an appreciation for what she was saying when she was on the show. I do believe that she has some manipulative ways as well, but I do think that she was being honest about Kimmy and Tisha really not liking her and kind of like ousting her from her own show. Yeah, Melody has had a few choice words about this. We have harsh words, drama, conflict, and mind games. Five of Swords, she feels like they're antagonizing her, but she's saying nothing's going to come out of this but the secrets. She's saying that their background ain't squeaky clean and skeletons and dark secrets about to fall out of the closet. Okay, she's also pointing out jumping the broom. I don't know if that's telling me that she's getting married or she's saying that they may end up getting married, Martell and Arionne. And it says that Arionne is taking the reins. So she's in control. She's ambitious. She's rising above emotion. And this could also be Melody as well. This is determination to succeed, being in the driver's seat. I feel like this is Melody thinking about herself. She's goal-oriented. She's unstoppable. She's not letting this stop her. But she does feel like this was rooted in conflict and messiness. Yeah, she says they're stuck on stupid, refusing to learn a lesson, endless cycle of poor choices, set in their ways, bad habits, putting yourself in harm's way continuously, illogical, hard-headed, and stubborn. And she says she's the fake good girl. She has a facade of innocence, portraying a non-threatening character manipulation, playing the role of a moral, traditional, femininity, but concealing dark secrets out for selfish gain. She says she's a mean girl, incognito, performative grace, niceties or romantic feelings, the damsel in distress, the setup queen with bad intentions, hidden agendas, and ulterior motives. Melody is focused on manifesting her best life. She's like, I have nothing to do with this, but I know that they're being messy. I don't appreciate them sinking the ship that I built. Okay. But she feels like it's going to fall because they're being petty and messy, and she's praying a lot. This hurt her to some degree, but not the way they were trying to. It's just more so as a disappointing, and it's more so a confirmation of what she was saying about everyone. Okay. Also, she feels like Martell had to add this girl to the show to stay on the show. They were threatening putting him off the show. All right, Arionne, give me a couple of tarot cards. What do you want to say here about this introduction? What are you bringing to the show? Why are you here? Okay, she's coming in as the Page of Swords. She's coming in to gossip, to run her mouth, to antagonize. She knows the secret, y'all. Arionne is not lying about knowing things about Marceau and Maurice, allegedly. She knows some things, and she's coming in here to stir the pot. She's definitely watching, listening, and she's spreading a lot of gossip. Page of Swords is talkative and gossipy. Okay, she's also very defensive. This is a plan for her. This is very strategic. Show me more. The Moon card, she's bringing the secret, y'all. She is bringing the secrets, the tea. Cancer Pisces energy, give me more. She's about to shake the table. Yeah, we have the Five of Pentacles. There could be a fallout from whatever she brings to this show. There could be people going through marital issues, as she starts to spill the tea, because she has the tea and she has the Strength card here. This is a power play for her. Leo energy. This show is literally hanging on by a thread. So she's coming on defensive, the Seven of Wands, and then the Hierophant. So again, this is a power play. She's a very male-centered woman, which would explain why she would be a side chick to a married man. She's also wanting to be married. There could be an engagement or a marriage that happens at some point. If she stays on the show, it could be over the next 5 years. It could even be this season. Or it could be talks of it, or maybe an engagement is going to happen. All right, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you in the next episode.